What's good, my lovelies? Lovely soul Empress here, coming to do another live reading. I feel like this one's going to be quite interesting. What's good, Copenhagen? So we're going to get into it. Okay, so normally when I do a you versus them or a versus, it's usually against someone else. Okay, this one is not going to be that. Okay, this one is kind of like us versus us. Okay, so I think I had spoken briefly on the Patreon, or at least at the last spiritual chat that I had with you guys, about the law of attraction versus the law of manifestation. Or I should say the law of attraction versus the law of resonance. And I'm going to go over really quickly just in case you didn't see me discuss that. Okay, so the law of attraction is when you're trying to manifest something into your reality. What's good, Rose JP? And the law of resonation or resonance is you are what you attract. Okay, so how does this differ? Right? So if I say, I'm going to give you a quick example of this. Cheerfully sweet was good. Going to give you a quick example of what I'm saying. So if I am manifesting being a millionaire, right? I'm manifesting being a millionaire. And I could be putting a lot of effort into that, even in my physical reality, but I keep getting positions that are not just not at millionaire status, but are actually putting me at a deficit in some way, right? Then it's telling you that even though you desire to manifest a particular outcome, you have to first start with the energy that you are exuding and what that actually attracts to you. Okay, so I hope that kind of explains what we're getting at today. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pull some cards, okay, as far as what you're trying to manifest, what are the challenges in that area, and then I'm gonna pull what you're manifesting, what's the situation or the status on that, versus what you're actually bringing towards you. And we're going to see how close those things are, and what maybe you could do better to realign with what you're trying to manifest. Okay, if there's a big difference. All right, so Spirit, can you show me what is going on with the collective? And I thought that this was an important reading to do now that tomorrow's December 1st. Okay, so whether you're going by the calendar year, right, this is normally when we're starting to approach the holidays and think about the new calendar year, and taking stock on what we've accomplished, what we would like to still accomplish, and all of that, right? So we're going to take a look. Spirit, can you show me what is it that the collective has been trying to manifest into their reality, please? Those that have been working on themselves and trying to deepen their knowledge of self, can you show me what they've been trying to manifest? We must reclaim our agenda with a forceful grip. So I feel like some of this is like the power, right? Reclaiming one's power. Also reclaiming one's path. Getting back on track. Life can lose its vibrant aura and charm if we do not bend the energy of our minds towards positive engagement and appreciation. This whole, let's say you've been manifesting something, a change in your reality. What's good, Shauna? Let's say you've been trying to put a change in your reality, and you could have recognized that there was a pattern that you needed to break internally. like maybe speaking positivity over your life and life over your blessings, right? But that could have been born out of the fact that you recognize, like, all work and no play makes Jack a dull boy, right? Like that you were trying to reclaim something, but it was making it felt like resistance, stagnancy. Okay, so the next card you have here is let us awaken now and realize there's a greater vibrancy, joy, and freedom available to each of us. So this is like trying to manifest something, recognizing somewhat that there is a loss of joy and trying to recalibrate to that, right? We must be conscious and responsible for our beliefs and behaviors if we're ever to be free. So this is like reprogramming. And I was just talking to a girlfriend of mine yesterday, as a matter of fact. And I was talking to her about my second awakening, which was like in the beginning of 2020. Right? And in this awakening, it came wrapped in a painful situation, right? And one of the things that I had noticed was that I felt out of control at that point because of circumstances that were outside of my control at that point. But what I had to surrender to was that at some point I did have the power in those situations, but I gave it away, or I mismanaged it, or I was too rigid, or I didn't have, and these were all different aspects and different perspectives, but I had fear of like going after something I truly wanted, or to live out loud per se, and that I had chosen that. So that although at that juncture, it may have felt like there weren't other choices and that things were out of my control, I had to recognize that that was by my own building. Okay? So again, that goes exactly to what I'm saying about what are you attracting versus what are you trying to attract? And there's a difference. Okay? What's good, BJ? All right? So, I feel like that's actually a realization for some of yous, that although you could be seeing parts of your manifestation, they may feel like you're unsure about outcomes because there's some recognition, maybe from the time that you first started manifesting said thing to the present, that your view of how to do that has shifted. And that's actually good because that like shows growth, right? The ability to like stay fluid, the ability to see outside of oneself, but it doesn't mean that it's comfortable, right? So let's get an astro code. I would like to see maybe what the challenge is, okay? Before we get into the tarot and all of that, let's get some more information. Spirit, can you show me what else does my collective need to know about this So BJ writes, I have to text you about my reading from April. Everything is coming to pass right now. God bless you. Thank you so much. And let me tell you, for those of you that are kind of like newer to my page, like I really keep in contact with my clients. She didn't say I'm going to email you. She said I'm going to text you. Okay? So I just want to say that because I really like to establish like a rapport with my clients. It's important to me. Okay. So we have conjunction with alliance here. This could be you reflecting on some of the choices you have made in your alliances. Okay. Like the people you've chose to allow to be in your sphere, which ones are good for you, which ones may not be, or choices in general, what things you have aligned yourself to, okay? South Node past, right? This is like a reflective energy of you looking at past choices, okay? Which is good. This means that you are willing to take accountability of how maybe, because we allow things, okay, outside of like, you know, sexual assault or something like that. Like, you know, those are things that, you know, are, you don't ask for those things, right? But outside of things like that, right? A lot of the things that that have happened to us through other people have been things that we permitted to happen. Okay, so you have South Node and then Ascendant here sitting next to each other. So I feel like you feel a shift and a new beginning, and we were just talking about that, I think last week, about this new beginning being here, but it has you in a reflexive mode. Okay, so it also feels like looking back and saying, well, had I made this adjustment sooner, I may be further, or you could be recognizing that you were right on target. Okay, but with Descendant, you know that whenever there's what goes up must come down, right? Ascendant and Descendant, it's like you gotta go low to go high, right? You gotta dig deep to get far. Debilitators, discomfort, right? Right? I'm looking at the man in the mirror, and I'm asking him to change his ways. Right? And a lot of time when we don't get something that we want, especially when it surrounds love, we feel devalued. But often it's that we devalued ourselves in some aspect that allowed someone else to prioritize themselves because we weren't. Or because we showed them that we valued them more than we valued ourselves. Or we valued a thing more than we valued ourselves, right? For instance, you want to become... you've been at an apprenticeship position for some time. You're working yourself, 11-hour days, right? You're not making progress per se. You don't feel like you're getting progress. Your health may be suffering from lack of sleep. And although there may be a need to continue to do this apprenticeship, you may need new parameters. You may have agreed to something in the beginning because you were trying to manifest a particular thing, but what you attracted was an extreme version of that didn't permit for your well-being. What's good, Leah Lou, right? So, I'm giving you different ways to understand that sometimes, what's the song? You can't always get what you want, right? And when you see that something looks different, it may be actually closer to what you need than it first appears, right? But that takes looking under the layers and discovering like what it was that went south or, whatever went left, so that you could determine what would have been a better outcome or how you could achieve that in a more fruitful manner, right? 8th house mystery. And, with the Neptune vision, and we talked about this, that Neptune comes out of retrograde on the 3rd. What's good, Dominique? Okay, this is everyone, okay? This is everyone. And if you rewind a little, you'll see what we're, the subject matter that we're going over. Okay, so with this 8th house and this mystery, right? There may be you may have chosen a path already, but there still could be some twists and turns or unknowns. It's a little bit of a mystery or a roller coaster, free fall, Spirit said, of the unknown. All right, so we're gonna get into some tarot. Like I said, we're gonna do what is it that you were manifesting versus what you have actually attracted. Let's see how close those things are coming to pass. Okay, so Spirit, yes, happy holidays to all of you, my loves. Spirit, can you show me the mutual energy or the common ground? Give me 1 second, guys. Do you do private sessions? My life is such a mess. Yes, I do private sessions. And you can find that on my website. I'm sure one of the moderators will drop my website so that you can get the link and you can head over there and book if you should like. Okay, so I'm gonna do a mutual energy to like, where's the middle ground between what you've manifested versus what you attract. Okay, you're welcome, honey. Can I see the mutual energy, Spirit? The middle ground between what they have manifested versus what they've actually attracted, please. Can you show me this? Can you show me this, please? You have the Knight of Pentacles. You know, the Knight of Pentacles is very methodical and in earnest wants to do well. And I'm going to read to you what the card says, okay? Loyal, dedicated, protective, apprehensive, plan carefully before taking action, but then get going. Pay attention to the details. Wait for the perfect timing. A guardian angel or someone who watches over you. Okay, so I feel like you've tried to make your choices wisely, okay? You've tried to make your choices wisely. But they're also, with the energy of the Knight of Pentacles, there can be anxiety, apprehension, or a lack of movement. Okay? All right, Spirit, can you show me what is it that they have actually manifested, please? What were they actually manifesting? Can you show me what are they manifesting at this time? What is it that they were asking for, Spirit? Can you show me what has the collective been asking for? You have quite a few cards. You've got here, thank you, Rose. You've got here the Moon, the Lovers, the Three of Pentacles, and the Hierophant, okay? And what have they actually attracted, Spirit? Can you show me? And that's the Five of Pentacles crossed. I'm going to get into that. Okay, and I was going to say, what is the blockage? Okay, and you've got the King of Pentacles here coming out crossed. And that's to what you are trying to manifest, okay? And what is the blockage to what they've actually attracted? Okay, Hermit. Spirit, can you show me the most likely outcome for what they've actually were trying to manifest? Can you show me that? Two of Pentacles. And can you show me the most likely outcome to what they actually attracted, which is slightly different, okay? Okay, the Star and the Ace of Cups, that's not bad, okay? With the Magician, you're powerful when you manifest. Extremely. Magic is alive in your life. What you need to be successful manifest. If you believe it, you can do it. Okay, so Spirit's already telling you that you are a powerful manifestation machine. And underneath that, you have the Ace of Pentacles here. Okay, so you have the seed for abundance and you are the magician. Okay, and there's some type of transformation happening here with the Death card. It's like you're releasing the old ways to become the Emperor, which is under that. And there's like some type of truth with the Ace of Swords, and then you have the ego. So there was an ego death. There was an ego death in some sort in your life that has you becoming this magician, and how you became this manifestation, like this powerful manifester. Now, here's the thing. It feels like when you started this journey, what you manifested is, it could be the same thing that you're still manifesting, but it could look a little different. Or it could be that the way you would have manifested that now with your present knowledge is fucking different than when you started. Right? Because the more knowledge, the more you know, the more you grow, right? So it's like you could be looking at like, damn, I wish I would have known how to manifest what I know how to manifest now, or I've gotten better at it, but I set some things in motion. Like, it's that energy. All right, so let's get a deck to clarify what Spirit's talking about here. All right, for the what you were trying to manifest basically is the Moon with the Lovers, the Three of Pentacles, and the Hierophant. Some of you's deep down in your heart, something in my heart, something in my heart, something deep down inside. Maybe you wanted partnership. Maybe you wanted to be chosen. Maybe you are in a partnership, but you wanted it to move to a next level. Maybe you wanted somebody that you could, maybe you're already successful on your own, but you wanted somebody to grow with. Okay, or this could be, you know, trying to build something and making the choices on how to build something. Like, it could be a partnership in business, right? So we're going to take a look why this Moon to start with is here. Spirit, why is this Moon here? With the Six of Cups. Now, some of yous could be manifesting a reconciliation, but I don't think so. For a lot of yous that watch me, we're on soul growth journey, not so much the individual person, right? This can be something that you set out to manifest much, you know, some time ago. Could be 6 months, 6 years. It could be when you were much younger. With the High Priestess, you know, this can be, you know, you coming to some type of realization that you have been spiritual. You may have done this much earlier, but you never really dipped your toe completely in. You could be now calling in that frequency of your inner High Priestess with the Justice card, trying to come to balance with the Eight of Pentacles, recognizing that, you know, once you, as above, so below, start not only to use your energetic power within, but also how to move that about in the physical alchemy, that this helps you come into balance or helps you work on things. So, and then there's the King of Pentacles in the upright, and you have the King of Pentacles here in the cross as the blockage. So we're, you know, I feel like I'm onto something, whether this is a relationship. What's good, Miss Lotus Wisdom? Whether this is a relationship or this is like something other that you're trying to manifest. There may be a component that has been missing from this formula. This could be what you were recognizing. Okay, so with the Lovers here, There's definitely the frequency of choices. This could be choices external. This could be internal. Spirit, why is this Lovers card here? Can you show me? Lovers on Lovers. So there's choices that you have to make, but these choices, woo, Spirit, I get it. Okay. There are these choices that you're trying to manifest. Choices you had to make to achieve a particular manifestation that you've put out into the universe. But it feels like in some way, and this is very strange because this is kind of almost exactly what I was talking about with my friend. Okay, I hope this doesn't sidetrack me. But there's pieces of this that's out of your control because it affects or involves other people. And they would have to make some individual choices themselves. Okay? They would have to make some individual choices themselves. Spirit's giving me so many messages right now. I feel like part of the journey and part of what I was saying to my friend yesterday was that part of my spiritual growth was recognizing that no matter how powerful I am at manifesting, which I am very powerful at manifesting. It was the things that I couldn't change, and they were large, right? It was the things that I couldn't change that bothered me the most, per se. That before my husband passed and he was ill, I was in a personal battle. I took it on like my own, right? That I was in a personal battle with his illness, right? And so there was a part of me that kind of, even though like you can't win them all, right? But even though like there was a part that I had missed and that I didn't recognize till years later, that I was kind of fighting, accepting that you could give your best to something and it doesn't necessarily turn out how you want. And the reason why I had said this, and this is like getting extra personal, but I don't mind. My husband had gotten to the point where his illness had become extremely painful. And that there was a point where he had gotten hospitalized a particular day. And upon returning to the house after, dealing with, getting him squared away, and he ended up having an emergency surgery and all these other things, I probably got home several days later. And when I was making the bed, because, I didn't even get a chance to make the bed on the way out, I found many of the pills that he was supposed to be taking. And it was because he was getting tired. He was like, in some sense, losing hope, right? So what I'm trying to say is that I could have been fighting this illness, or like how I like to say it from the Batman movie, right? You ever dance with the devil in the pale moonlight? That's how I felt what I was doing. But no matter what, I couldn't make him continue the fight, even if I felt like I could put the situation on my back. So that's what I'm saying. Like, so this Lovers, I'm sorry that I had to try to give you guys an example, but you see the Lovers and the Lovers, it feels like whatever it is, it has something to do with, thank you. It has something to do with accepting that something that you manifested, not all the pieces are in your control, right? And the Nine of Cups and the wish fulfillment and being brave enough to stand in your own like skin. And because there's going to be revelations if it doesn't come in the way you want it, right? There's going to be revelations about things you need to unpack. Like I needed to unpack that, as powerful as I am, I can't make somebody else have will, right? Even if I am the emperor. Okay? Right? So this is like an example of that. But the second part that I had recognized when I was having this conversation with this person was that a similar situation came up after, it dressed in a different circumstance, and it was still trying to teach me the same fucking lesson. That no matter how much I put in, when it comes to a duel or something that relies on something outside of yourself, you don't have control of that. So all you can manifest is things that's in your control. Right? And the Three of Pentacles, right? So let's clarify that. Spirit, why is the Three of Pentacles? And this is just, these 4 cards is only talking about what you tried to manifest. So it's something deep. It's something that was really within you. Okay, this could be like an overall view of what you were when you were a child, or the experiences that you had, and a lifelong struggle to change or break the generational curses, to come out on the other side, maybe with a healthy relationship. Three of Pentacles, like there's many versions of this. And I don't want to get too specific, because then, it would leave people not understanding in their own specific situation. What's good, L cubed? But with the Three of Pentacles and the Four of Pentacles, this could be the feeling of like, I really want a collaboration with somebody, whether it's a personal relationship, a business, whatever, but I hold back from it, with this Knight of Pentacles, until I know, right? Or even maybe after. You still have the Hierophant here. Let's see what the hell this is about. And it says, unity with a spiritually minded community. Ask the divine to help and trust the answers will come. Compare traditional methods with new ideas to see which is best for you. And remember when I was saying, like, in the beginning, you could have manifested it in another way. And then now, with your expanded knowledge, as your spiritual growth or your spiritual ascension expands, you may have went about that in a different fucking way, right? Or you may have a different understanding of that. Having a little trouble, because I don't want to, like, I don't want to put it just in love, because some of y'all, it ain't love. It could be family. It could be breaking down, things, right? But this, wanting reciprocal energy. Remember in the beginning, I was saying, what you want to manifest versus what you've actually attracted. And I was saying the thing about, birds of a feather flock together, or the people around you, or you recognizing that, oh, so what I was asking for, I didn't actually manifest exactly that, right? Now, let's look at this Knight of Pentacles, which is the middle ground to where you actually are, between what you've manifested and what you've actually attracted. Okay, let's get an understanding of that, because I feel like this would be how you would be looking at it presently, in terms of how much progress you've actually made towards that manifestation, if that makes sense, right? So you've got the Knight of Pentacles here with the Seven of Wands, okay? So you may feel like you've made some progress, but not enough to be satisfied. Seven of Wands feels protective and determined. With the Nine of Swords, you have determination, but there's anxiety. Will it come? Can I make this happen? Sun, the illumination in this It's like consciously thinking, will it come? I'm anxious about it. Oh shit, don't be anxious, because then that works against it. So it's the programming of the natural like response to anxiety versus the knowledge of trying to push out those thoughts, because that's what manifestation tells you to do. Recognize the negative energy, acknowledge it, and then push it away and refocus your positive thinking on what you're trying to bring in, right? That's the whole point of law of manifestation. So there could be an internal battle, because you could still be in the energy of breaking some of these patterns. Okay, so on the side of what you've actually attracted in the situation, or where it is right now, is the Five of Pentacles crossed. Spirit, why is this Five of Pentacles here crossed? One more, please. So what you've actually manifested is the Five of Pentacles being crossed, feeling as if you always come up somehow not on top, not fully without, but not exactly where you want to be, right? It says here, negative thoughts manifesting into real challenges, fears surrounding money, reaching out to others for assistance, poor timing, becoming self-employed, right? So you may feel in a sense of lack, in a sense, right? And what does that come out with? The Ten of Swords, right? So yeah, I'm not full up in the Five of Pentacles. It's coming out here cross, so I still make it. I get by the hair of my skinny chin, right? Or whatever, right? But I always feel fucking like I never get exactly what I wanted, right? I'm the Queen of Pentacles. I help everybody else get what they want. I'm the reliable one. I'm the resourceful one. I'm the smart one. And I feel like this is saying, and I put people on my back and I carry them over the threshold. I carry them over the finish line, but who carries me? Very powerful, Spirit. So basically what Spirit is saying is that for some of you want to manifest, okay, remember the moon with the lovers, the Three of Pentacles, and the wise counsel, right? So the moon, a deep desire for the lovers, for partnership, right? With the Three of Pentacles, a collaboration, right? With the wise counsel of like-minded individuals who will really be there for you. And then over here, what you really got is that you're there for other people, but they're not fucking there for you. Is that how long it took us to get to this point? I think that's what Spirit just said. It's bullseye, right? Yep. Okay. So now we're going to go into what is the blockages to this situation, okay? I know that was like really, it took us a minute. But when we're talking about what we tried to put out in the universe is what we're versus what we got, there's a lot of gray in there. So it's going to take us a minute. Okay, so look at this King of Pentacles here coming out crossed in the blockage to what you actually wanted to manifest, okay? Spirit, can you show me? Okay, there's a couple things here. King of Pentacles coming out cross doesn't feel stable, doesn't feel like he has enough, is concerned about lack. It's also the quintessential spouse, feeling like there's no one to rely on. Right? Ten of Cups. Happy life, happy wife, happy family. These could have been programs that were put into us as children. Maybe we don't have a frame of reference of what the fuck that looks like. Maybe a lot of us were single mothers. Maybe our mothers were single mothers. Maybe there were people there who was actually could have physically been there, but emotionally vacant, right? In the world, right? And deciding that what we want is something other than that. And actively creating that, right? We had that, what was it? The Six of Cups up in the top, right? Of wanting to bring in something that we deeply wanted from a long time ago, from childhood, right? Knight of Wands could have felt like people came in and out of your life, whether it was family, lover, friend, whatever. Feeling a little lost in the sauce, having to learn how to be there for yourself. And there could be part of this manifestation is really wanting something grand, something big, whether it's love, whether it's like financial independence by becoming the entrepreneur, so that way you could relax into allowing some other types of relationships, like feeling stable enough to allow that. You know what I'm saying? But that Knight of Pentacles, I mean, the King of Pentacles crossed is saying that there's a part of you, whether you recognize or whether you're allowing yourself to heal that part, that is feeling a sense of lack or instability, whether this is caused by your childhood or whether this is caused by something that's presently happening. But remember, when we started this reading, we were talking about what you want to manifest versus what you actually attract through the vibration that you're in. So part of this reprogramming is talking about how can you build a situation for yourself that you feel more secure in, with or without a partner. There also could be, I'm also getting a sensation of suspicion of allowing people close because you've always had to be the person, to be the savior or whatever. And so now, even if it's offered, there's like a need to wanna like oversee, officer, like wanting to like rigidly oversee from lack of trust, lack of feeling secure. Okay, so we have here the Hermit. On this side, this is what we've actually attracted, and this is in the blockage. So this may be how we came to that. Okay, so let's see what Spirit has to say about this Hermit. Spirit, can you show me? Okay. So the Hermit is in the blockage. This is isolation, but this is also like listening to Spirit. Let's hear what the card says. Time spent in peaceful meditation and meaningful solitude. Shine your light as an example to others. Seek out and become a spiritual mentor. Self-discovery. Right? So we were talking about what we want to manifest versus what we have manifested. And in this enlightenment or this growth, there could be an energy of isolation, like I started to say. A need to feel, what's good, Jennifer LaRoe, like you have to protect your energy, removing, all of us went through COVID like that, but then it became a season to like get back out there, right? And then you have here coming out with the King of Wands and the Ten of Pentacles. So for some of you, the blockage is that you've gone within, but you neglected to take some physical action. Or you wanted someone else, this person who you could be potentially collaborating with, to be there to take that action and take the lead. for your own abundance, or you've already done this where you went into solitude, you took the action, you started to build the Ten of Pentacles, but now you're afraid to entrust anyone within your sphere and you can't physically enjoy it. I was talking about that in the beginning too. Like, what's the point of doing all the work if you're still unhappy with the results, right? Okay, so that's pretty big. For some of you, this is a lot about what you've decided you want to manifest, but Spirit's saying that in the blockage, you've gone within to that. Okay? So, like, look at, if you know you've already had some type of spiritual growth in this season, you know, it may be time to ask yourself, but why you're neglecting to take action, or what makes you afraid of this action, or are you afraid that you could succeed and then that would be stressful, right? Because, you know, this lack of the King of Pentacles coming out here crossed, right? The lack of feeling secure, and then, you know, being able to have all that you have wanted could be very fucking scary, right? The rich dad, poor dad, like, you know, can I even have success? And if I do all the action, can I hold on to it? Can, you know, we've seen many people who get rich and then go bankrupt, or whatever, because they don't know how to process it. Or, and that could even be in love, like it, you know, when you have someone who came from a broken home and then they meet like the love of their life, and then they fuck the relationship up because they never seen something that was healthy. That could work in either situation, right? So you will have to, because this is a collective, you will have to put it in what area it is representing for you. Are you lacking action? Or despite the difficulties, right? Are you lacking action, or are you lacking, you know, going within about the fear, or acknowledging the fear of success, or a lack of feeling supported? Okay, so let's where'd I just put the deck? Okay, right in front of my face, huh? All right, so the Two of Pentacles is here for the most likely outcome to what you've actually manifested. Okay, what you were trying to bring in. Spirit, why is this Two of Pentacles here? Can you show me? Why is the Two of Pentacles here? One more. So there's something here about sending mixed signals to the universe. With the Two of Pentacles, and it states, working too hard or multiple jobs, the need to bring balance and fun into your life, juggling multiple priorities, balancing the budget. And remember in the beginning, I was saying about you could be trying to like do an apprenticeship and you're working so hard, and it could be bringing you closer to what you want to manifest, but it's still all the joy, right? This is like recalibrating to, or a need to recalibrate, because the method isn't necessarily working. You see the infinity symbol on his chest? It means that the opportunity has not passed you by, but it may be that you need to change the way you're going about it. Why? Because the Four of Swords is out your cross, speaking about, you know, in the upright, it would say that you're not taking action, or that you're not getting the rest and healing that you need, right? With it coming out crossed here, I feel like what it's really saying is that there's so much fucking anxiety wrapped up in this King of Pentacles crossed, or in this desire for what you want, that it's not allowing you to just put it out there and let it be. Let it be, let it be, let it be. Here's some words of wisdom, let it be, right? But this is the constant thought patterns that, you know, the overthinking, right? And the Four of Cups, I'm going to take this Four of Cups as two different outcomes. And, you know, you guys put it where it belongs. But some of you, because you haven't seen all of the fruit of your labor, could be coming from the mindset of like trying to trick yourself to not say the shit out loud, right? Say it loud. I'm black and I'm proud, right? It feels like maybe you didn't want to fully full-throated say, I really want this shit, because the disappointment, right? Because some things might be outside of your control, right? So low-key, you're like, well, you know, if it happens, it happens. But if it doesn't happen, you know, I didn't really want it anyway. It's almost like a fear to, like, you know, say it with your fucking chest out. And that could work against, because, you know, the frequency is like, spirit's like, okay, well, we'll wait till you know. We'll wait till you know. And that was going to be the other choice that I was going to say, that spirit is not sure about what your real desire is, because maybe you have changed midstream before. And so they're waiting to see if this is your, you know, if this is, ain't nothing like the real thing, baby. Right? Indecision way at the bottom of the deck. Or what will you do? Will you shift, you know, your original desire? Is that still what you want? There may be a need to check in. If it is still what you want, how would you adjust how you manifest this? These are all valid questions to ask yourself at this time. Okay, so let's look at what you've actually attracted, which is the Star and the Ace of Cups, which is pretty fucking good. Spirit, can you show me this Star here? What does this mean? The Star is here, and it says, have faith, the future is bright. Dreams come true, positive changes that bring an end to challenging times, the light at the end of the tunnel. And you may be starting to feel that. We were talking about the change. It's here. Positivity. It's coming out with the Five of Cups. This means that you had to let go of some people, places, and things that was along the way that you didn't anticipate. So oftentimes when we're manifesting, we'd be like, well, fuck it, 2 tears in a bucket. I really want this thing. And if it means that some people, places, and things got to go, then they just fucking got to go, right? Until you find out it's your brother. Until you find out it's your best, find out it's your wife or your husband. Until you find out it's your mother. Until, right? Hierophant. And when it touches close, how do we keep the faith in that? How do we not lose hope? How do we keep mindful that, yes, this is for our highest evolution? And there were some things that we were attracting in our lower vibration or in our previous vibration prior to this full awakening, and didn't have an understanding that when we put this shit out into the universe to manifest this other thing, that we was going to let go of some shit that was kind of fucking shocking. And you may even like the new you. You may even like the new life. You may like all of the things. It doesn't mean that you don't have some sadness, some bittersweet energy about some things. And that's fucking okay. And you could be having the clarity about that. And you could be going through the healing for that. And you could be still rebuilding yourself as the Phoenix Rising. And it still doesn't mean that there's not a part of you that has some sadness. It's okay. If you were to push that down, you would be also lowering your frequency, and then maybe accidentally attracting something else you didn't see coming, right? So process those emotions. Allow yourself to process that shit. That should be heavy, right? And it doesn't mean that it's bad. I want to emphasize that. You know, sometimes we don't get what we want, we get what we need, and sometimes we get both. Sometimes we get both. Sometimes we didn't recognize that what we needed is also what we wanted, but we just didn't know it. But the only way you'll find that out is if you allow yourself to like go in there, Sorry, I never meant to make you cry, but tonight I'm cleaning out my closet. And you could be singing that shit to yourself. It's a cup, spirit. Some of you, yeah, could have let go of some important shit. Ace of Cups. Why is that here? Well, that part I like. Right? So for the Ace of Cups, a beautiful new emotional experience, a romantic relationship or deep friendship, awakening of psychic abilities and spiritual insights, a love letter, a new home, right? So you're getting something that speaks to something that you love, will love yourself, attain some kind of deepening, right? But through that, the moon. It was something that deep down you needed. Remember that we started with the moon. We started with the moon. And it feels like we're ending with the moon, even though I'm going to pull more cards, right? And it feels like this is like letting the self-love, wanting to give voice to that. And that, you know, it was an act of self-love, even though you had a, like, there could have been things that you didn't expect to fall away, right? And that could have been heartbreaking too. But like you allowing yourself to do it is also mending other heartbreaks. Remember, we were talking before about always feeling like putting people on your back, right? So some of the people that you put on your back were also some of the people you had to let go. And I feel like the reason why you had to let them go was because they weren't feeding you your soul, or they weren't feeding what you needed. It was like a one-way situation. And that shit was burdensome. Right? Three of Cups, I mean, yeah, they could have been, you know, third parties, outside interference. Don't just think of this in a love reading, right? But with the Three of Cups and the Two of Pentacles underneath that, you know, I started off by saying something about wanting this personal happiness. This Ace of Cups with the moon and the Three of Swords is like actually, you know, processing old hurts, how you came to them, so you can have the Ace of Cups, right? So you can have that. And this Three of Cups at the bottom of the deck, it's like wanting to enjoy that, or at least wanting to enjoy it with people who are worthy to have come with you, or it may not have always been easy. Okay, so let's get a Kipper. Let's get a Kipper, because I feel like there's a lot here about you having a new understanding about how you manifest things, and how you inadvertently may have also manifested other things that maybe you were not conscious that you were manifesting, right? And sometimes those are endings, right? Because maybe we hide it from ourselves that things are not as we want them to be, or they're not as fulfilling because we could have been fighting for a job, a relationship, whatever, that really wasn't fulfilling. It could have been ego. Remember, we were talking about the ego death. There's so many ways that this reading can go, but it feels like there's some kind of understanding about the difference between how you started off trying to manifest versus how you would do it now, or how your knowledge. I mean, your last two cards were excellent. It was the Star and the Ace of Cups. So you have grown about how to manifest. Okay, but I feel like it hurt. It was not, you got family room. Okay, for a lot of you, these people, they felt like family. Like I said, could have been a best friend, family member. It could have been a spouse, right? It could have even been like, if let's say you were at a job for a long time and these people felt like it was your family, right? Privileged lady. Okay, came out slightly crossed. Okay, male or female. This is like you accepting all that manifestation power, but also because you had over here the Five of Pentacles with the Ten of Swords and the Queen of Pentacles, like you not really feeling blessed, not really feeling privileged, because a lot of it has been by the fruit of you, like your own hard work, right? And and some of the outcomes in the past may have felt unsatisfactory. Spirit, anything else from this deck? Gift, change, and lovers. At the bottom of the deck, concern. Before I even clarify these, remember that at the bottom of the deck we had the Magician, right? And I want to clarify that before we move on. So let's take a step back. This Magician, Spirit, why was this at the bottom of the deck for the tarot? Wow. Well, okay. So the Magician, and I was talking about how powerful your manifestations are, it's coming out with the Tower and the Six of Swords. So you're definitely moving to calmer waters, okay? But it may not have come in the way you wanted. Or it could have washed away some things you didn't intend to. Okay, so let's get back to this, to these Kipper cards, all right? So we got the family room here. Spirit, can you show me? With envy. I'm seeing this two ways. The first is the family room, as a child, we're talking about the Six of Cups and wanting something and maybe it being based on what you didn't have, right? You could have been envious as a child. Like, I just want to have, the White House with the white picket fence and 2.5 kids and a dog, right? And always wanting to manifest that life, but always feeling like you meet people of lower vibration who never really are truly offering that. Let's put that in a love situation for a moment, right? And as you could be encountering people who are envious of what you built and you feel like you haven't even gotten to the attainment of what you really want. And why are you incurring this hate? Because although the way that you felt was out of innocence of a child, right? If we still speak the negative thoughts over ourselves, we're still pulling that energy, right? So remember what what you manifested versus what you were trying to manifest versus what you actually attracted, right? So if there was a tinge of envy within, what you felt you lacked because of this Five of Pentacles, or even the fact that, well, yes, I attain certain things, but the people that I attain it with never fucking do their share of the work. And you could be envious of that. Like, why can't I even have it easy? And fucking I get it. Because that version would be me, right? I'd be annoyed. But then are you also pulling that frequency for other people to see you that way? Right? Or is that lower frequency standing in the way of that last little piece? Because remember, you came up as the Magician, as a powerful manifesting machine. How can you tweak it? How can you make it better? How can you, sift away some of the things that are not necessarily intended, right? So you got privileged lady here. I got nauseous all of a sudden. Solar plexus energy. Somebody's solar plexus is desiring to take some action. Privileged lady. Coming out with worry. This is back to the anxiety, King of Pentacles coming out cross, not being able to feel stable. Let's say, and this many things, I could still, a Harlem baby, right? Still be very concerned with, I hope I'm never broke that way or have to endure those situations again, of the soul, that maybe you don't on the surface recognize that you're still carrying some of those worries, and that anxiety actually, yes, it's an obstacle that's going to fine tune you to get over it and make you stronger, but it doesn't mean that it's not lowering your frequency and impairing your level of manifestation, right? So that means that you need to worry, you need to work on the worry factor, the anxiety factor, the envy factor. You see how those two things are frequencies that could lower what you're actually trying to manifest? You see how spirit is so damn accurate? Okay, spirit, can you show me the gift, please? Why is this gift card here? Right? So here's the gift, right? This is the manifestation in one version, right? And adversity comes out in reverse, right? I accept that challenges are the best way to learn, right? So you may be saying, why is everything so fucking hard? Remember, we had the Five of Pentacles here coming out cross, and Spirit is saying, because we needed you to understand that you could, not that you should, but that you could put all this shit on your back. Look how fucking powerful you are. Even with everything that was dragging you, that was pulling you, your own baggage, people's baggage, you were still able to achieve so many things, right? So you saw it as adversity and all these challenges, and we saw it as giving you the gift or the power, right? Then the other side of that is you wanting the gift, but maybe not wanting to put in the work. For those of you that the problem is that you feel like you really haven't put the action or the pedal to the metal. You've had the realization, but you haven't made the choices, right? Let's go into this change card. Spirit, why is the change card here? I just want y'all to know that when I'm channeling like this, when I get off, I have to rewatch it, because I don't really be fully cognizant of everything that is being said. And then I have to watch it so I could get the message. Okay? So change, spirit, why is change here? With judgment. Right? We were talking about the friendships or the people, places, and things that fell away, and how we could have some bittersweetness to the whole experience, right? But this is also teaching us with the judgment, right? It says, I understand that everyone has their own unique path and challenges, right? And you may have aligned with certain people in a certain period, whether it was for the positive or the negative, but there could be shifts, and not all things will stay the same. And thank goodness for that, right? Pride. You know, we just was talking about how much you've done alone, or that how much you were doing for others and felt like you weren't getting that, right? So it's not that you can't do it. It's not that you can't, or that you don't have the judgment, the right judgment. You've been doing it. You were helping other people, right? Is it that what's hurting you is that the pride of it, the feeling of like that you gave, but remember, those are choices you made, right? Purpose. Maybe their sole purpose was to show you not that you shouldn't give to others, but that you should prioritize yourself, as they obviously are. And allow yourself to feel the grief of that so that you can build the self-esteem. Because, you know, positive or negative, whether they did it purposefully or not, it did chip at your self-esteem. You have the Five of Pentacles here crossed. You have the King of Pentacles over here crossed, right? So whether this was from your childhood, this is from relationships that you are presently in, whatever, there's a realization that, you know what? I have to change what I prioritize or how I prioritize, or maybe you fucking did that already. That's how these people fell away, but it doesn't mean that doesn't sting a little. Okay? With the Lovers, Spirit, why? Anything else from this deck? Thank you. You get the Lovers here with what? Success, right? Because until you fully understood what people, places, and things maybe were not and could have been at one time, but not in alignment now, or maybe they were never fucking in alignment. Maybe they were never cheering for you. It doesn't matter how it went, right? Going through that season of shedding allows you to be successful, not only in the choices you made, but also in the collaborations. Remember, this was all about collaborations with the Moon, the Three of Pentacles, and the Hierophant. I felt like there was one more there. Yeah, and the Lovers, right? Which we're clarifying here again, right? This actually allows you what you wanted in the beginning, to manifest like minds, like situations, things that will help you flourish. You'll be successful at that. Even though right now it doesn't feel like, you know, for whatever reason in your own personal situation, but it was because Spirit wanted you to surrender something, okay? Surrender, maybe bag lady, some of the baggage that you've been carrying for these fucking people, but also that the fact that maybe you were carrying them because it were lacking some self-esteem and that you needed to find your purpose again. Could that be? I think that was the actual thing that I was explaining to my friend yesterday. Okay? About some of those things I had to go through to learn how to choose myself now while I am in this present situation where I can help others. Right? So now I might still be putting situations on my back, but I'm putting myself first. That's why you guys haven't been seeing me so much frequently, because I have a lot of stuff in the next few weeks that's really, really like very important and down. But the person I would have let down would have been fucking me. You see what I'm saying? A little grace for yourself. For those of you that this is actually something to do with like an actual love relationship, because for some of you it's not. It's just about the way you know, it has been in relationships as a whole, right? So let's just look at, you know, this also can be like what's coming in regards to that area. Spirit, can you show me for the collective what they need to know in regards to what they manifested versus what they actually attracted and what's happening now? You got true love out here. Anything else? And this true love can be love for oneself, shit, right? Children, passion, right? This is wanting it all. I want love. I want passion. I want the family, right? Maybe you had a retreat to rebuild how you were going to do that. Maybe you want to retreat with someone in particular with this honeymoon and this healing family issues, but maybe before you could fix anything external, you had to go within, or that's what you're in the process of doing now. Where is my other deck? Didn't I use this shit earlier? It's weird. Okay. True love, Spirit. Faith and destiny. Okay, so whether these are friendships or just healthier love for yourself or an actual person, I feel like now that you have a better understanding of how you got to where you are, it's like you're correcting your vibration. And some of yous, this reading is going to be a little triggering because you could be, you know, like 70% of the way. And this reading could make you realize that there's some areas that need fine tuning. And, you know, you might have to watch it a couple times. Okay. But with the passion and take a leap, remember I was saying like being very restrictive on what we wanted, so much so that it's not fun anymore. Right. This can also be that, like trying to recalibrate the joy frequency. Now that you've done all this work, let go of some things. Start to see things starting to align, but it's not feeling vibrant because you've done it in a manner that isn't filled with joy. It's filled with anxiety and fear, right? And the children spirit, uncharted territories and new love. This can be based all in how your perspective of your childhood is versus the childhood of your children, or what you want. You could be trying to heal your inner child, mother or father, your inner child, do some internal healing, right? But it feels like there's a deeper understanding, even maybe sympathy for your inner child, for your childhood, for what was being experienced, maybe not only by you, but by your parents. Like there's I got a new attitude, right? And should I stay? Some people we have to let go of completely. Some, you know, we need to change the parameters of what we are taking on that doesn't belong to us with this should I stay, right? What are people's motives, right? This reading is like auto correction that you needed. Oh, with this divine feminine, twin flame, listen to the songs of your heart, right? This is all like a recalibration. Right. And I was just seeing a study and it was talking about, I'm not going to know the exact term. OK, so forgive me. You guys might know it. But they were basically saying that they had proved basically through some type of particle, like some dual consciousness. But basically, it's the twin flame thing, the like correspondence between two beings or two frequencies. And that's actual. Right. And let me tell you something, like, you know, I'm not always up here hooping and hollering about go find your twin flame because it's quite painful, right? But I will say that if this is being proven scientifically that these two forms of energy or consciousness are constantly pulling on each other through time, space, and continuum, right? And if in your heart you've been manifesting, whether you know this person or not, or know this alignment of frequency to something that you're trying to manifest important to you, let's use that as the twin flame situation, right? That what you could be realizing is that there's a need, or was a need, or that you are in the midst of recalibrating your, and this is male or female, because we both have masculine and energy, that you could be trying to recalibrate your divine feminine, which is how you receive. Okay, the masculine is the doer, right? But the divine feminine within you is how you receive, right? So if you've set out a manifestation, but you were already attracting in a particular frequency, right? This would be fine tuning that divine feminine, whether you're male or female, right? How you receive what you've sent out into the universe. And getting to know some hidden parts of yourself, all right? And these wedding bells, yes, they can refer to maybe that was what you manifested in the whole fucking beginning. But also maybe you were manifesting some level of commitment to your true self, your higher self, right? Weathering out the storm. And remember in the beginning, I was talking about, you know, one of my personal battles was like wanting to have control over the outcome because I'm a powerful manifester, right? But sometimes there's an outside influence, third party romantic, or it could just be you, the universe, and the other person that is involved in the situation, whether it's romantic or not, and them not being in vibration, and you trying to pull the work for everyone, the universe, yourself, this other person, this other thing, and how that's an illusion, and how all the power is within you, and you know, all the work is also within you. Okay, because you have to do that first before you can, you know, find like minds, or even balance with someone else. Okay, so you got maybe and come to me. Okay, so it feels like you're still, yeah, maybe says the potential to happen is there. You're still in the process. It's not like you, whatever parts you have not physically seen, this is an opportunity, right? To recalibrate so that you can still pull. It's never too late. Remember, I was saying that earlier. Look, the gate is open. Right? And you can actually fucking enjoy it this time. You can enjoy it this time because that frequency of thinking that you had to like pull everybody's weight, be militant about it, and you're not enjoying yourself, this is what it really fucking gives you, right? You want to be in this. You want to be in this. Okay? Put yourself on a pedestal. What's most important? Your happiness, what you're trying to manifest, right? The frequency, the things you've learned, appreciating even the struggle because it has made you a better and stronger manifester, right? I'm going to get you guys a postcard because I feel like this was really big. Okay, really big. Where's my postcard deck? And it's okay, you know, if it's been a few years since you started manifesting, and it's okay to shift certain parts or things altogether because, you know, as you know better, you do better. That's cool. Don't feel ever limited. Huge. Yes. Spirit, is there a closing message you'd like to give the collective in regards to this? Thank you. Gave us 3, guys. They have a lot to say. Oh my, things are stirred up and change is upon you. This is cause for celebration. No need to be nervous. We were talking about that, right? But know that it's okay to be afraid when faced with the uncertainties of life. The funny thing is that that courage doesn't get mustered in the absence of fear, rather in spite of it or even because of it. Step into the unknown now. Let go of the branch you are clinging to and let spirit take the wheel and help steer you to your highest good and most wonderful adventure. All you need to concern yourself with is choosing courage as your ally. Leave the rest up to us. There's a load of miracles being shipped your way. Remember what philosopher Joseph Campbell said: take one step towards the gods and they will take 10 towards you. We're all doing the destiny cha-cha on your behalf, okay? It says that's right. Don't be afraid to dance. So that was the first one. The second one says, what is true for you? Can you be impeccable within your word? Sure you can, as long as it's not used to manipulate others. The truth can set everyone free. Let go of the results. Let go of your fears and allow the truths to empower you and others. This will set into motion a kind of change that will be supportive of you and loving and all kinds of prosperous. This is not a time to compromise and hide your truth from others. Whatever it is you want, go for it and be clear in your motives, especially with yourself. You will be so happy you did. This is a time where you will tap into the power to create and manifest your best life. Doesn't that feel amazing? And the results miraculous when you tell the truth and ask the name of others. You can learn a lot. Ask the same of others. You can learn a lot from life's in beautiful lessons and achieve your dreams. Okay, so and remember I was saying Spirit was talking to me at the same time. That's why I was reading so slow. Remember when we were talking about having to let go of particular people or outcomes, or that to recognize that some things could have aligned with us then, but maybe not so now. And it's okay, right? It's like giving yourself permission for that. And then we have the last one. We have a secret for you. The more you think you know, the less you actually do. So if you are willing to keep an open mind, you will avoid the narrow confines of the know-it-all and open up to the unlimited potential that can be discovered only by the curious optimist. Curiosity allows you to discover new things, see the world from a different perspective, and find answers to questions you might not have even known you have. Right now, whatever is going on, it's important to know that you are not aware of all the aspects of it you need to see to make an informed choice. You might be projecting a story that isn't totally true. So moving forward, your mantra could be, I don't know, or that's interesting, as you keep your mind and heart open to new experiences and richer exploration overall. All of us over here want you to be all you can be. So remember when I was saying the thing about when you started off this manifestation, you may have thought that this was how you had to manifest or how you should do shit, right? And if I just do this rigidly and I control it and I can get it to, right? And it's okay to shift as you go. Remember, I was saying the universe is ever ready, right? So you didn't know parts, or you set out something into the universe, but you really didn't fully understand it. And it's okay to say that, and it's okay to shift, and it's okay to change that. You're in a partnership. You are co-creating, not only with yourself and your higher self, and also the lower parts of yourself. They're putting out fucking frequencies too, right? And it's okay to recalibrate, to do checks, to feel how you really feel inside, to allow yourself to have change of opinion, to, shift. Okay? Spirit's like, there's some rigidity here. There's some rigidity here. All right? I'm going to get one more card for you guys. And I'm going to see what this says. Spirit, can you show me? Wait. Right? There may be some frequency of hurry. We were talking about the anxious. Give it time. All is as it should be. If you're finding yourself in a holding pattern, it's because they want you to do some sifting. Okay? That's what I have for my collective today, guys. This reading gave me such an awesome headache right before I got on. So I knew it was going to be a big one. All right. So that's what I have for you guys. I'd just like to say thank you to my returning subscribers for coming through and spending a little time with me. And if you're a new viewer and you felt I resonated with you, please like, subscribe, and comment, as I'd love to have you as part of the Lovely Soul family. I'm wishing you all light and love and blessings on blessings. Bye, guys. You're welcome, my loves.